Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices, and starting with the DAX here on the daily chart here, we're looking at the Elliott wave count of intermediate wave 3 top here, and we're looking down here for intermediate wave 4 here in terms of an A wave here, an A and a B and a C wave here for wave B. Once this is completed, then we can look for the short trade coming down through here. The alternative count is that this wave B here will be wave 1 here. That's because we'd need to look at this as wave 4 being completed in here and wave 1 up to here. So wave 1 and wave C will both be the same. They'll both have 5 waves in them. So after 5 waves, we'll get an A and a B and a C here for wave 2 that can pull back down a bit further, and then a bullish move to the upside. So we still need to work that out, but our main purpose at the moment is to look at this structure here and looking for the ending of this structure. So after 5 waves, we can expect it to end. So on the 4-hour chart here, we're looking at this in terms of wave 1 and 2 here, wave 3 here, and wave 4 here, and wave 5 here. Now, if we're looking at this as wave 5 of C of B here, then that's fine. If we're looking at this as wave 1 here, by the way, then we would need to look at each one of these here in a next degree higher in the minute degree in the blue structures. Now, in this structure here, because I just want to go over my the errors of my ways. So I had this counted as 1 and 2 here and 3 here and 4 here, and then counting 5 waves up here. All that's fine, but we've got this extra move here. So what I need to do now is I need to pull this back into wave 1 here and wave 2 into here, and all of this is wave 3 over here. We need to bring this here. Our target now will be up at 13,200. area here, and this B wave could also be wave 1 as well, but we'll pop it there for the time being. And then this makes wave 4 over here and wave 3 here. Now, we did talk about this being wave 4 here last time we spoke on the hourly chart, and that's why we didn't short unless we had this triggered here to the downside here. So we won't need that anymore. We'll need it over here though a little bit later. So in a nutshell here, we're looking for wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to finish up in here now to complete that wave structure there. So I'll just save that, and we'll go to the hourly chart and see if we can. So this is, we already had this wave 4 as a possibility here, and hopefully maybe I mentioned it, maybe I didn't, but it's always the same routine in that after you've got your first high above the level here, not that it's really the first high in this major trading level, but it's a small one here. So we would have had the long trade here, and then we would have brought it down to this level here, and then we've had this high here. So really that would have been the entry here, not that we I mean, even though it's hindsight, it's worth learning about again, but I say it all the time, and maybe I said it, maybe I didn't, but that's what should have occurred to you above the level here. But I'll put this over here. Now, our thing here is that we're looking for the 5-wave structure up here, so it's a little bit like this, but I want to go into the tick chart and look at it in a little bit more detail. I'm going to need to get some more data in here. So with this wave 3 here and wave 4 here, then we need to look at counting to the upside here. So from this low here, we need to look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to in here, and an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here. Then we need to look at this as wave 1 here, and an A and a B and a C for wave 2 of the next degree smaller. Sorry about that. Into here, and then all of this is wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5 of wave 3 coming up to here. I can't draw on this side of price of the tick chart here, but once this wave 3 is in here, then this wave 4 comes in. So this wave 4 can pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, which is here. So we're still looking for a new high here, then a pullback that can come back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, and then a move up here higher. So we're looking around the 13,200 now for this top to come into play here. Okay, and also, I mean, of course, we can, if you're looking for other entries, then taking the top out here is fine. Also buying on the back over here as well. But if I can just point this out here, the way to go is that if this is the wave 3 little top here, then we've got wave 4 here, then we've got wave 5 here, then we've got an A and a B and a C for wave 4, pulling back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, and then you're looking for this first high above the level here, moving in over on this side over here. That would be the setup over here. So take a little while to get there, and we're looking higher there. So the AEX is going to be the same as well, same but different. So we're looking at this here, the same thing again, intermediate wave 3, an A wave, a B wave, and then a C wave to the downside. If I've made a mistake, then we need to look at this as being wave 4, and we need to look at this as being wave 1 here. And in that case, we would see once this is completed here, which is going to go a bit higher just yet, and then we'd look at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to here. It'll either move up from there, or we'll continue the C wave moving down in 5 waves for the C wave here as such. So either way, we're looking for, I'll just grab that one there and pop that there as wave 2. So either way, once this 5 waves is completed here, then we need to be looking at the downside. So just moving in here to look at this here. So 4-hour chart. Until we can work out that it's either B or 1, we won't know if these degrees of structure are this degree, or we need blue over here for this as 1 here and 2 here and 3 here. So not that it makes a big difference at this particular stage. So looking at this now in terms of 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 into here, and 5 up into here further. So I'll just go to the hourly chart, but our target now is the 572. And in that structure here, I was looking at it like this, not a big difference, but pretty small wave 4 here, sort of doing my head in a little bit, but from this section here, 1 and 2 here, and then all the way up to the 3rd wave here, the 4th wave here, and a 5th wave up here. So climbing a little bit higher. If this market moves back below this level here, then there's if it moves back below here, then there's a problem with that. This is the 565, so it's part of group 2. So group 2 is quite big in this case because it's more detail in this. So 65, 72, and 80. That's group 2. And this is the most important level in here. There's a lot of other important levels in here as well. Obviously the 570 is important. The 68 is important. So then the 70, then 71, 72, and 73 are all part of group 1. 5 is important. 8 is important here. So there's a whole lot of other numbers in here that are important, and I don't normally talk about them because we normally see these on a sub-level group, but here these are the next degree higher. This is minor group 2 here, so 65, 72 and minor degree, and not sub-degree smaller. Yeah, so that's where that is. And the FTSE here is different again, but I've always had more of a bullish count for this too, if I can, not sure what we're talking about before here. Okay, this is what we've been talking. So, I mean, this is also possible for the other markets as well. Now, this is a count that I'm really getting from the Australian market, of all places, and I'm getting this really from the resource sector, from BHP and Rio and all those sorts of things. So, I've held this count here, as you know, differently from the DAX and the AEX, and the other two may fall into line with this as well. So we'll see. But in this particular case here, we've still got to go higher, and I'm looking at wave 4 already being completed here with wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and then the third wave and the fourth wave and the fifth wave playing out here. So we you know, when the DAX and the AEX top out in their little one, we'll also have to be careful here in case the mistake is over here, and not mistake is in the FTSE and not the other markets. So yeah, let's just drill into here, back into the hourly chart here. So pretty much the same sort of count here in a way, same but different. Same in that the smaller count here of wave 4 being in this place at this time, roughly on the 15th of May, roughly. Then we're still looking at this as 1 and 2 here, and then we're looking at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and well, that third wave up here is not finished. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for the third wave, back for the fourth and up for the fifth wave here. So 78.50 is what we're looking at here for a top, but anywhere from 30, 78.30 to 78.50 area here for that top, and then we'll see an ABC correction for wave 4 here. So yeah, it's kind of good having this as a positive, as a more of a bullish count here rather than the other ones that we've been looking at with the DAX and so on, because it just gives us another pattern to follow. That's a possibility. But for all of them, and this is the same, yeah, anyway, so for all of them, we've still got a little bit more time to the upside here to finish, as these structures are certainly not finished here. They've still got further to move up. Alrighty, cheers.